Call the meeting, the audit subcommittee to order. On February 25th, 2025. At this time, I'll take a roll call. Ken Jordan is absent today. Melanie Johnson.
Present.
Joe Leathers is here. Quorum is present. For the record, there are 2 members attending and 1 member is absent. I now need approval for the November 12th, 2024 meeting minutes, please.
So moved.
So moved, and I give a second. The minutes have been approved. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Monday Rufus to come and give us an internal audit of the information resources.
Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. We conducted an audit of information resources at the Texas Animal Health Commission. That's Act number 7, 2024. Our internal audit focused solely on compliance with Texas Administrative Code, Chapter 202. It's also called Tag 202. The Tag 202 outlines the minimum information security and cybersecurity responsibilities and rules, state agencies, and institutional higher education. Tag 202 requires state agencies and institutions of higher education to use Tag 202 security control standards. During our audit, we did determine that Texas Animal Health has implemented good controls over security for information systems. However, the system could be improved by implementing controls that ensure continued compliance with the provisions of Tag 202. On page 5 of the report, outlines specifically what we noted. We did note that the Texas Animal Health Commission has a system for approving access to information resources. There are controls in place to protect information and information resources and to adhere to monitoring techniques and procedures, but there's no evidence of approval by the ISO, Information Security Officer. The Texas Animal Health has a system in place to ensure resources are used for the purpose the agency. Also, there is a system for ensuring urgent incident reports are prepared and submitted to the Department of Information Resources. But the agency does not have a documented trauma risk assessment for periodic review of information to determine if there are vulnerabilities in the information system. In essence, there's a system in place, but the system is not documented. There is a system in place to ensure the agency contracts for cloud computing service comply with requirements of Tag 202. The finding that we have here is the state agencies are required to comply with information security standards out in Tag 202. That is the criteria. The condition here is that the agency has not fully complied with Tag 202. Specifically, the agency has not designated an information security officer. As a result, the responsibility of an information security officer has been handled by the agency's IT director. Those 2 duties appear incompatible with provisions of Tag 202. There's also no job description for the ISO specifying roles and responsibilities within the agency's organization. Some of the duties of the ISO include developing at least annually the report on the information security program, reporting to executive level management, ensuring risk assessment, other duties specified in Tag 202. So we know that there's sufficient evidence that some of the ISO tasks are being performed. So the controls over the provisions for Tag 202 are not adequate to ensure compliance. So our recommendation is that the agency should review the provisions of Tag 202 and implement controls to ensure continued compliance. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions.
Repeat the recommendations.
The agency should review the provisions of Texas Administrative Code 202 and implement controls to ensure continued compliance. There are some things in place. The information security officer, no, basically, there is really no information security officer. The Act 202 requires the designation of an information security officer. That job is being performed by the IT director at this point. The IT director cannot be the IT director and also be the information security. Those two things are different. They are incompatible. Yeah. And it is the responsibility of the agency head to designate an information security officer who also ensures collaboration with the information resource manager and the information security officer. In essence, those two duties have to be separate in order for the agency to comply with the 202.
Thank you.
Terrific, that's clear to me, but shouldn't the recommendation be to designate an information security officer separate from the IT as opposed to read TAC 202?
Yes, I mean, it's that. Basically, in order to do that, the agency will have to look at the provision. So you can understand fully the provisions of Texas Administrative Code 202 and then designate an information security officer.
Sure, thank you.
Do I have a motion to approve the internal audit of internal audit information resources?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the internal audit of information resources discussed today.
And I second it. Is there any further discussion? If hearing none, all in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We'll now look at agenda item number 5, updated internal audit charter. Mr. Rufus.
Chairman and Commissioners, the Texas Internal Auditing Act, Government Code 2102, requires the internal auditor to comply with the Institute of Internal Auditors Professional Practice of Internal Audit, also known as IA. The IA made some changes that are effective in 2025. As a result, Texas Animal Health is updating the internal audit charter. The internal audit charter is always existed within the agency, but changes are made to the internal audit charter when made. An update is made whenever there are changes within the our practice guidelines. So the purpose of internal audit charter, the internal auditor identifies the purpose, responsibilities, and operating standards of internal audit, along with the nature of services that will be provided to the animal health. Basically, this is really what this document here outlines the responsibilities of the internal auditor as required by the Texas Internal Auditing Act. It also outlines the responsibilities of the agency. So the mission here of the internal audit charter aligns with the mission of Texas Animal Mission by providing independent, objective assurance and consulting services designed to add value and improve the Texas Animal Health Commission's operation. Basically, the Internal Audit Act is the mandate for internal audit within the agency. So there are different things, and I will not go over each one of them. However, the changes that were made by the IIA, being the Institute of Internal Auditors, effective 2025, have to do with the global internal audit standards, the standards that we are required as internal auditors to comply with. There are 15 mandatory guiding principles. The number one principle here is to demonstrate integrity. The internal auditor is required to demonstrate integrity in the work that the function does. The other one is to maintain objectivity. The internal auditor is also required to maintain objectivity in the work that it does. I mean the function that the function does. The internal audit function also has to demonstrate competence. The internal auditor must be competent in order to do the work in the agency. Number 4 is to exercise due professional care. It is important for the internal auditor to exercise due professional care in planning and performing internal audit activity. Number 5, to maintain confidentiality. It's also important for the internal auditor to maintain confidentiality. When the internal auditor does this work within the agency to come across some information, it is the responsibility of the internal auditor to maintain confidentiality. Principle number 6, authorized by the Texas Animal Health Commission. The work that is being done by the internal audit function must be authorized by the Texas Animal Health Commission. Obviously, that is why I'm here presenting to you this morning. Principle number 6 is the internal auditor must be positioned independently. The internal auditor must be independent in order for the internal auditor to do his or her. We are not independent, or if our independence is impaired, then we can't really do it. They have to be at a level where we report to the highest level in the agency, being the commissioners. The number 8 here is overseen by commissioners. The work that the internal audit function does must be overseen by the commission. And that's again why I'm here this morning, reporting to you. Number 8 is to plan strategically. The internal auditor must plan strategically to position internal audit function to fulfill its mandate and achieve long-term success. And the principle number 10 is to manage resources. The internal auditor manages resources to implement internal audit function strategy and to achieve its plan and mandate. Principle number 11 is to communicate effectively. The internal auditor must communicate effectively. Effective communication requires building relationships, establishing trust, and enabling stakeholders to benefit from the results of internal audit services. The internal auditor oversees internal audit functions, formal communication with the commissioners and senior management to enable quality and provide insight based on the results of internal audit services. Principle number 12 is to enhance quality. The internal auditor is responsible for the internal audit functions conformity with the global internal audit standards and continuous performance improvement. As the internal auditor for the agency, we undergo peer review, whereby they make sure that we comply with all the applicable standards. Include that when we file the annual internal audit reports to the agency every year. The principle number 13 is to plan engagement effectively. The auditor has to be able to plan engagement effectively. Should have a systematic, disciplined approach in planning the work. The principle number 14 is conduct engagement work. Well, you do the planning, you also have to do the work. So the standards require that the internal auditor implement the engagement work program to achieve engagement objectives. Principle 15 is the last but not the least, to communicate engagement results and monitor action. That is what we do in the internal auditor for the agency. We do the work, we write the report, and we present the report to you. We also monitor action. If there are any issues identified during the audit, we'll go back and do a follow-up to make sure that our recommendations have been used. This internal audit charter is required, to be approved or signed by the audit subcommittee chair, and the chair of the Texas Animal Health Commission, and also be signed by the executive director of the agency, the general counsel, who is also considered chief audit executive for the agency. The reason we have the general counsel and the chief audit executive of the agency because the internal auditor is outsourced. If the internal auditor were to be in-house, the internal auditor would also be the chief audit executive. So our contract here, we do this work, is the general counsel. So the general counsel is supposed to be signed, and is required to sign this document. Executive director is required to sign. Then the audit subcommittee chair is required to sign. And then the chair of the next department. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions.
Do I have a motion to approve the updated internal audit charter?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the updated internal audit charter as discussed today.
I second it. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of this motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion carried. The next item on the agenda is public comment. I have not received any formal comment. There is no public comment. Then I need a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank you, Mr. Ruth.